Hey everybody, I am here today with Mr. Quinn Barton, class of 46.
Right.
And we are really excited to have him back on campus because he has been part of the Bowles community now for over 8 decades. So welcome, Mr. Barton. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
And so one of the things that we wanted to talk about was Mr. Barton recently passed along a manuscript copy of a book that he wrote years ago called The Bounty of the Land. And I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about that book.
Well, I can tell you about the history of the school.
Perfect.
Barton School and Bowles School. 4 Jacksonville families, the Atwoods, the Gibbs, the McCrories, and the Osbornes, had decided to open a school for girls at Glen Lee, the home of their friend Madeline Downey Knight, who was planning to be away from Jacksonville for several years. She was from Glenn County, Georgia, Brunswick, and the name of her home was Glen Lee. And so she let these 4 founding families, the Atwoods, the Gibbs, the McCrories, and the Osbornes, use her home to start a girls' school at Glen Lee. And the first graduation at Glen Lee was 1937, and of the 6 graduating seniors, 4 were daughters of the founding families, the Atwoods, the Gibbs, the McCrories, and the Osbornes. That was the first and last graduation at Glen Lee, for Mrs. Knight was returning home, and a new campus would have to be found for the school. So the founding families came upon a choice piece of land on Little Pottsburg Creek, and they proceeded to name the campus the Barton campus. One of the parents had been reading Barton's travels, the early years of that area, John and William Barton explorers, and so anyway, they named it the Barton School. And as time went on, Barton School was not going to survive. They approached Episcopal High School to talk about a merger, and Episcopal was not interested. But Harry DeMont Mullen of Bowles seized on the opportunity to acquire the Barton campus and make that into the middle school of Bowles, a separate campus for middle school, which was a positive development at that time. So we had the Barton campus of Bowles School as the middle school campus.
Can I ask you a little bit about when you were a student?
When I was when I was a senior, it was a military school, and I came here in the 10th grade, and I graduated first in the class. I beat out Fred Schultz, who was smarter than I was, but he didn't work as hard as I did, so I beat out Fred Schultz as valedictorian of the class.
And you were also our first National Merit finalist, right?
I was the first National Merit Scholar, and I remember it well. Colonel Ligon called a gathering of all the students out in the courtyard of Bowles Hall and announced that I had been named the first National Merit Scholar in the history of the school. And to celebrate, we would take the rest of the day off. So it was such a happy piece of news that the guys picked me up, put me on their shoulder, and paraded me around the campus, and I was the hero of the day. We were getting the rest of the day off.
I bet that's nice.
But anyway, that was one little incident along the way.
You are quite remarkable, and we're super proud of you. It's an inspiration to have you here.
Well, those of us that have been around a long time are very proud of this school, of what it's become, with people like you heading it up. It's just a real happy feeling to know that you've been a part of something as successful as Bowles School.
Well, we're going to continue to make you proud, and we hope that everybody that is watching this enjoyed this. We hope that you come back and see us.
It takes a joint effort from a lot of people.
It always does.
And everybody I think everybody's just as proud as I am of this school. And we're glad you're here, and
I'm glad to be here.
Keep it going ahead, okay?
I will. Mr. Barton, everybody, thanks for all that you do.